Hello and welcome to today's demo jam from the AppExchange. My name is Jeff Gross. I'm a Salesforce MVP, and with me today are two of my favorite co-hosts. It's Joshua Hoskins, a fellow MVP, as well as Amanda Nelson from AppExchange. Hello, you two.
Hello, it's a little chilly where you all are. I'm down in sunny Florida. What about you, Amanda?
Oh man, it is snowing up here in Connecticut, so I'm very jealous, Joshua. Go hug a
Hey,
palm tree for me.
I'll get
I
right on
take
that.
s- I take snow over the wind chill today, but nonetheless, we're here for something else today. I'm excited to let you guys know today's theme is all about new apps. You, the audience, can follow along on Twitter with the hashtag DemoJam, and today's participants who you're going to see today are Adobe, Quantum Metric, Check21, Cloudinary, Eposly, and Work Relay. Now, let's get on to the rules of a demo jam. Over to you, Joshua.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for attending today. It's going to be a jam-packed demo jam. Every demo jam contestant will have 3 minutes and only 3 minutes to show only the awesomeness inside of their demo. That means 0 slides, and there'll be one winner with bragging rights and a trophy shipped to their doorstep. Those are the rules, Jeff.
Sounds good. Well, demo jams are all about being a participation event. So if you, the audience, have questions for any of our demoers today, you can enter them right there in the Zoom chat, and maybe we'll answer your question right after the demo. So make sure you stick around. You can also participate in the voting at the end. So make sure you stick around till the end. See who did the best demo, and you get to put your vote in and see who wins. Well, I'm ready to kick it off today. It's going to start today with Adobe. Adobe invented PDF more than 25 years ago, and they're the global leader in secure digital documents with Adobe Document Cloud, including Adobe Sign and Adobe Acrobat, powering employee and customer experiences for more than 75% of Fortune 100 companies. Adobe Document Cloud delivers 100% paperless processes to keep business moving even for remote workforces and global offices. The result is exceptional customer experiences, improved business efficiency, and unparalleled productivity. So I tell you what, we got to see how this works. Today with us is Chris Merrill from Adobe. Chris, let's see your screen. Let's get ready to see how you do it.
Ready to do it.
All right, Chris, I can hear you. Your 3 minutes begins now. Good luck.
Fantastic. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Chris from Adobe, and I'm going to walk you through a quick user story of a customer that I worked with recently. This particular customer, they resell business franchises, and before they can even talk to a customer, they have to capture an NDA because a lot of private information is exchanged as part of that. And so we're gonna demo that today. That process of sending an NDA out very easily from my contact Andrew Young. So Andrew is my prospective buyer. I'm logged into Salesforce as my man Walter White, and I need to send this NDA to Andrew so that I can capture a signature. And so here, looking at my contact, you'll see we don't have that NDA yet. The box isn't checked. We're going to send it to Andrew Young. We've got his email address down here, and it's pretty easy to do. I'm just going to click my button to send my NDA. And prior to sending, I have the ability to review the NDA process before it goes out. Here is Andy Young or Andrew Young as my recipient. I've got me on my NDA document. I'm associating it to Andy's account. Pretty straightforward stuff. We're going to send reminders. We're going to make it so he can't sign it after another month, and I'm going to click send. And pretty easy to do. So if we come back to Andy Young where we started, you'll see that now this document shows up in my Lightning component. If I click on it, we can see that once this loads, the status is that it's been sent out. And while we're waiting for that, maybe we'll just jump into the signing. So I brought in my iPhone, and here's the email that Andy gets when he is going to sign the document. And all it takes is clicking the link that comes in his email. And you'll see here that Andrew, it says Andrew, but he likes to go by Andy. So we're going to change this to Andy. And then we're going to go ahead and sign the document. And you'll see that the system recognizes who I am, so it already has my signature in here. It prompts me to turn my phone sideways. I can add my signature and complete the signing process. Easy to do. And then if we come back into Salesforce where we started and we go back to our contact called Andy Young, you'll see now that the document is signed, and even we've made a couple of updates. That NDA checkbox has now been checked. We can see that the change that Andy made as he was filling out the document has been changed. We're updating his name from Andrew to Andy because he likes to be called Andy. And so we can not only send that document out for signature, but we can also collect the information that's entered in. And then if we dive into the document here, what you'll see here is once this finishes loading is,
Chris, we got to the end.
oh, we got to the end.
I know the 3 minutes are up, but here's what I
that went
like about
fast.
this. I know it did. So here's the deal. So Chris, I think about the way that business gets done, and NDAs are obviously the start of so much of the process that goes on. And yet, if that holds up business, you have the ability to not only ensure that this is happening from the beginning of the process, you send it out. By the way, I like that you added in there the mobile signature piece, because obviously so much easier to create even your unique signature on the tablet or the phone device. But being able to bring that process back into changing information on Salesforce, I like the way that happened. And I'm sure that there's all kinds of ways that you could leverage workflow and flows to be able to ensure that that NDA doesn't hold up other progress going on. Obviously, it has to hold back some things, but nonetheless, you can make sure that this is all going to happen and it's all securely stored in there. You generated it, you sent it out, you changed the information as it came back. So I can see why this is extremely easy to use. And Chris, I want to see what we've got out there from the audience. So Amanda, what question do we have for Chris about Adobe Cloud today?
Yes, great demo. Also some comments on your background, Jeff, so always fun. Jeff is a Disney fan and churro fan, so if you have any Disney or churro questions. But let's not talk about Disney and churro questions. Let's talk about Adobe questions, which are coming in. Chris, great job. The question is, in that demo, you showed being able to prepare the form, route it. How much of the initial setup requires tools or work outside of Salesforce, such as Acrobat or Adobe Sign?
So it doesn't require any work outside of Salesforce. The entire process happens inside of Salesforce. I did use a PDF, but you can also use a text file or a Word document. It could be any document type. Very easy to do, all inside of Salesforce.
That is wild. This stuff did not used to be able to happen that way, and I like to see how you can do it all within the Salesforce interface. So nice job, Chris.
Thank you.
The time got to you there at the end, but I know where that was headed. So I saw what you were previewing on the screen. Nice job on the demo today.
Thank you.
Joshua, let's jump into our next demo.
Absolutely. So next up, we have Check21. Check21 is a financial technology company focused on AR and AP automation. With Check21's mobile capture platform and check scanning solutions, organizations can scan checks and remittance items directly into Salesforce. They can apply them to invoices as well as policies, gifts, and other AR records and deliver checks directly to their bank, whether it's a nonprofit, property management, insurance, self-directed IRA custodian, or your everyday on-site service provider. Check21 solution conforms to your business requirements, helping you reduce processing times by 70%. Up next, we have Ido, who's going to show how to do all of that, and hopefully 3 minutes or less. You got a lot to cover, Ido. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Thank you for the introduction. Yep.
And we can see your screen. Your time starts now. Good luck.
Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. So I've already scanned some checks into the check scanning interface, which you'll notice is actually native to Salesforce. In this case, you'll see on the left-hand side, there are the check details. As I toggle through the different rows or the different checks within the check grid, you'll see that the details on the left-hand side are changing. So too are the images on the right-hand side. You'll also notice that I have a view remittance item. This allows me to actually see any corresponding items, regardless of page size, that came with this particular check item. In this case, we are looking at a nonprofit starter pack version of Salesforce. So I've applied checks to a donor. I've also selected a one-time gift. I can select through a variety of different other gift types as well, whether it's pledges or anything like that. As I scroll to the right-hand side, you'll also see that we have in-app validation. So this just validates that all of the data that is found within the row is actually accurate and ready to be processed. We do support a wide variety of industries, so not just nonprofits, but also insurance companies, property management, self-directed IRAs. In this case, I'm actually looking at a different check grid, which in this case, I'm applying a check to a open invoice. I also see a display icon here, so that it lets me see all of the information for that open invoice. The solution also allows you to drive directly to a record, a Salesforce record for additional details. And as this solution can be completely set up by a Salesforce administrator using our configuration wizard. In this case, you'll notice that I've selected the columns that I'd like to show on the check grid. I also have selected the fields that show which field types they are. Where I'm reading information from in Salesforce, where I'm writing information to, the filters and the relationships that are related to those fields that I've selected. Also, it is important to keep in mind that we do send the checks to deposit at the client's financial institution. So there is no need to go into a third-party application like your bank's scanning platform to scan any of the checks at a later time. So your entire receivables process is actually handled directly in Salesforce from beginning to end. That's it.
Awesome. Looks like you had about 30 seconds left. You know, I love that demo. And I'll touch on a couple of pieces that I thought were very important. One, it's the ease. And I think that your solution caters to all of the different Salesforce configurations. And two of the ones that we most commonly see in the Salesforce ecosystem is a for-profit and nonprofit. They have different terminologies, and making sure that the items and the labels on the screen are very relevant to the people who are processing makes it very easy to be able to use the system. I also love how easy it is to have all the information on one screen. If you've ever attended a demo jam, you know I'm all about the right information at the right time. And lastly, it's the ease of configuration. A lot of companies do struggle with configuring the tools out of the box, you know, the first install. But the fact that it's all there and very easy and very customizable, it's easy to just set it once and then forget it. So thanks a lot for showing all that. Really appreciate it. Amanda, what questions out there do we have for Check 21?
Yeah, great demo. The question is, what type of check scanners are supported?
All commercial check scanners are supported, the Paninis, the digital checks, practically any commercial check scanner.
That's awesome. Thanks again for the demo. Really appreciate it. Jeff, who do we have up next?
Well, I'll tell you in a second. I'm hoping that this is going to encourage people to stay till the end, because I will tell a slight story about churros and about Animal Kingdom, but nonetheless, I will continue because Amanda would make sure that I do that. So Cloudinary is next. Cloudinary is the industry standard for developers, creators, and marketers looking to upload, store, transform, manage, and deliver images and videos online. Cloudinary offers a certified Salesforce Marketing Cloud app that enables you to embed images into your Cloudinary account from your Cloudinary account directly into Marketing Cloud email campaigns and websites that allow you to modify, optimize, and deliver your images and videos to meet the performance and design needs of your digital marketing campaigns with little effort and no time delays. So with us today, I've got Naveen Prasanna from Cloudinary. Are you ready to do your demo? Let's see your screen first.
There we go.
All right, Naveen, I hear you. Your 3 minutes begins now. Good luck.
Thanks, Jeff, and hello, everybody. So the goal is to create campaigns that convert, using the Marketing Cloud. And so I'm going to demo, how easy and fast it is to create, media-rich marketing content that's kind of perfect for your campaign. So I'm going to use the Cloudinary app and drop this image in here into this, email that I'm creating. Now, using Cloudinary's, AI, this image, will be optimized for quality and composition. Again, using AI behind the scenes. based on your users' devices, and to increase conversion. So you don't have to do any of the heavy lifting. So I'm going to use the Cloudinary DAM to choose an image, and a DAM is going to help you organize things and find things very easily. So let me go and find the demo jam hero banner that I wanted to use in this email. So I'm going to insert that right there. Now, the media editing capabilities that you get with Cloudinary, makes it very easy to highlight the right part of this image. In this case, I want to highlight the demo jam part of it like that. So there's a crop. So I'm going to say, that's good. Let me apply that. Now, I need to add, let's say, some kind of a call to action. So I'm going to go and say something like, register for demo jam right there. We can style it a little bit. I'm going to choose some colors here through this rich text editor. Now let me go and add a logo. It's pretty typical for for one to add a logo there. So I'm going to pick that Salesforce logo that I had in my DAM from earlier on, and I'm going to insert that back again, from within the DAM, and I can kind of align this a little bit just to make it look good. And I'm going to go and apply these changes. So now what you're seeing here is in under 2 minutes, I have that perfect image that is ready to be sent. Something that would have taken maybe hours or even days if you had to work with your with your design teams and so on. And so this is going to go out optimized to your users. Now we saw images. You can do the exact same thing with videos. So here's an example of a video that we've taken, converted into a GIF, because here's an email template. In other places, you can use it as a straight video. And this is, saying thanks to all our Rockstar demos out there. Now, what you saw here is also available in the Salesforce Commerce Cloud page designer as AppExchange apps that will allow you to do this exact same kind of experience and rich media in your e-commerce kind of experiences. So in summary, Cloudinary gives you superpowers really to manage, create, and deliver optimized media that converts. You can check out more at cloudinary.com. Thank you.
All right, you finished with 15 seconds left, Naveen. I like this. So here's what I noticed from seeing this. Number one, you're tying directly into the digital asset management so that everybody goes from the same place. You bring it into your interface, and now being able to modify that. What I thought was really cool is the AI behind, okay, we got this wide image in here. You can then focus in based on where you want to emphasize or highlight parts of that image, because maybe you don't want the whole thing. Then you did all the overlay, you did your logo, all of that stuff, and none of this stuff ended up being challenging to do. You did it all directly there, and then tying it directly into your Marketing Cloud campaigns, and then ensuring it's the right size for every device that's out there. That is really simple to do, and I, as a non-developer, would be able to do this. As a non-designer, I'd be able to do this. So nice job.
Great. Yeah, thanks.
Let's see, Amanda, what have we got for Naveen as a question?
And keep those questions coming, everybody. Can this be used for web content as well?
Yeah, whatever you saw here can be used for the web content. You just create, pick up a web template from inside the Marketing Cloud, or as I kind of said towards the end, if you're doing this in the Salesforce Commerce Cloud, you can, pretty much on your e-commerce website, you could create a similar experience using our apps there.
Nice. All right. Well, good job today. You did a fine job there. Joshua, it's over to you for our next demo.
Absolutely. I do have to say, great demo, and shout out to Cloudinary. I love your developer-friendly plugin on Heroku. So I do use it in a lot of my solutions. So there's a lot of use cases for all of these demos that you're about to see today. And the next one that we have coming up is Eposly. So Eposly is a retail POS system. If you don't know what POS stands for, it stands for point of sale. And it's the software and hardware that retailers use to manage orders, process transactions, and most importantly, take payments. Eposly provides point of sale capabilities to all sizes of retailers, along with additional core retail capabilities such as product management, inventory management, tax services, store and staff management, and much, much more. Today, we've joined by David, who's going to show us that much, much more. David, are you out there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Perfect, thanks.
Your 3 minutes starts now. Over to you.
Cheers. Now, thanks very much for the introduction. That was really great, really useful. Good intro to point of sale and Eposly on the Salesforce platform. So the demo we're doing today is going to be sitting on this piece of hardware that I've got here. Ultimately, we've done all the hard work. We've integrated into the hardware kit, the cash drawers, the printers, the barcode scanners, the credit card terminals. So we've done all that hard work to make it easier for our retail customers. Additionally, on top of that, we've got an iPad-based solution, which is used typically for clienteling type sales, assisted selling, or consultative sales. But we're not going to be looking at that today. Okay, so 3 minutes is fairly short. Let's jump straight into a demo. We're going to be demoing on our Lightning point of sale solution, the fully 100% native-based Salesforce point of sale solution. I'm logged in as Dave. Dave is a cashier at a high-end luxury retail store. He's waiting for one of his favorite customers to come in today. Jane's coming in to purchase some items from him. Typically, he'd grab his iPad, he'd walk around the store, he'd help her purchase, help her buy those items that she wants. But today, he's in a bit of a rush. Okay, so he's going to kick off a new order. Going to press a new order button. Dave's a great salesman. He wants to link every single order to a customer. So he's going to search in the system for Jane. He finds Jane Deloney. She's a priority customer, so she's getting double bonus points today. We're going to check all that information here. We've got her email address. We've got her delivery address. So if we want to send out digital receipts, and we do, or if we want to dispatch any goods to her, then we can do that. We've got all the information in the system. So let's go ahead. Let's scan in some items onto her order. So we're just back at scanning these items in, and today Jane is purchasing an Apple Watch, an Apple TV, and some Heavenly Gingerly bath and shower gel. So Dave's going to close his deal hopefully and take some cash. But wait a moment. Jane has raised a concern. Jane has got a phosphorus-based allergy, unfortunately, and she thinks that Heavenly Gingerly bath and shower gel may well indeed contain phosphor. Luckily, David is using Eposly. So he's got at his fingertips all the information about those products, product images, product information, product details, product specifications, including the full inventory level information. He can see the stock levels at all the stores in the chain. But look here at the top, allergen information. This product clearly does not contain phosphorus. This deal's going to close. Dave's getting his commission, and Jane is going home safe in the knowledge that she's not going to suffer from that embarrassing itchy rash anymore. So let's save this transaction and take payment. So today we're taking payment with cash because it's fast. Jane's slapping down 1,000 big ones. We're going to take that payment. The cash drawer kicks open. The receipt prints out. We can take a quick look at that receipt to check everything's in order, and it is. And as Jane walks out the door, Dave quickly checks his sales performance information. Every member of staff has this dashboard. It shows them how they're performing on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And we can see from this uptick that Dave has been killing it recently, and he's definitely getting his bonus this month. That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, David. Right there in the nick of time. I do want to say, I don't know if Jeff and Amanda know this about me, but as a small child, I had an obsession with cash registers. I actually received a couple for Christmas gifts, and it was just the weirdest thing in the world. And I look at that, I'm like, oh, wow. So to see a cash register processing the whole transaction on my favorite platform in the world is like a dream come true. It's always an interesting scenario as a developer to integrate with like real physical items and be in the cloud, and you've kind of solved all of that. So that is really awesome. Wow, that's a childhood memory come true. Cash registers and EPOS systems in the cloud. Thank you so much. I loved what I saw there. All of the items around the cash collection, as well as the having all the product information there. I think it's too common for POS systems that are not intelligent not to show the complete picture. So just as we're concerned with 360-degree views of the customer, we're also concerned that the staff has access to all of the information at the right time to be able to immediately at their fingertips be able to answer questions at the most important time right before the transaction occurs. So thanks for putting all that together in a great demo, really worthwhile. Amanda, what questions out there do we have for David at Eposly?
Yeah, and great timing too. We just got off NRF, the National Retail Conference. That big show just happened. So it was a very timely demo. I'm going to pick on John Jessup, my friend over here. His question is, does Eposley work with Salesforce order management?
Yes, sure does. So we've got a number of different customers that are using Salesforce order management. Typically, they're in the luxury retail sector. Obviously, order management is built on the core platform. We're built on the core platform. So our data integrates seamlessly with those, and that provides the ability for end-to-end omni-channel kind of experiences, click and collect, and all that type of thing.
That is excellent. Well, thanks a lot for that great demo. And Jeff, who do we have up next?
Well, Joshua, we learn so many things about each other each time we do this, and I did not know about your little obsession with cash registers, but that is, I don't know, it kind of gets me on thinking maybe I'm going to be watching for some little trinkets here and there that would make you happy next time I see you. So I'll be watching out
Maybe.
for stuff. Awesome. Well, we're going to jump in next with Quantum Metric. Quantum Metric provides insights into how customers engage with your web and mobile applications, helping you personalize customer experiences and improve agent engagements with a single solution. Contact center agents can visualize in real time customer intentions, frustrations, and failures to convert via session replays. Today, Quantum Metric captures insights for 20% of the world's internet users, supporting brands in retail, travel, financial services, and telecommunications. So, with us today, we've got Sonia from Quantum Metric. Hey, Sonia, let's see your screen and let's make sure I can hear you.
All right, sounds good. Let me go ahead and share. Hopefully you're seeing that nice and
There
clear.
you go. We see it. So,
Wonderful.
I look forward to seeing your demo. Your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Thank you. Yes. So today I'm going to show you how the Quantum Metric Salesforce Service Cloud integration, say that 10 times, assists contact center agents by providing that visibility and real-time insights that arm agents with not just clues, but real data to help their customers in their moment of struggle. And so pretend with me, if you will, that I am an agent, and I'm going to pivot over to my cases within Salesforce because I want to see if there are any new ones that require my attention. And I can see here I have a couple. And they may have come in via chat or email, or you may have created them from a phone call, but I have one that says your site is broken and it's new. And I'm going to investigate this one first because I really want to know what led to this case being created and what this customer means by this vague statement. So when I hop into this case, I can see that we have all of the sessions that are associated with this particular user's email. And I can also see that we have a live indicator, and this tells me that this user is currently live and on the website right now. So I don't really need to do too much. I'm going to pivot into this replay to understand what has occurred and why this user has created a case. If I didn't have that, I could open up any one of these sessions for contextual clues like an abandoned cart value. But let's go ahead and view this session. So if I click on session replay, this is going to open up the Quantum Metric session replay from within the Salesforce platform. So I don't need to leave my day-to-day environment. I can watch that replay here. And I can watch and I can follow along, keeping note of any events or errors that may have taken place so that I can understand what occurred. And now that I see that I have one that I'm curious about, it's around an investment detail, I'm just going to pivot over to that and I'm going to watch the session to understand the behavior. Now that I have identified the culprit for this case, I'm actually going to save this session by clicking save here, and I'm going to flag this and send this to my manager. Now imagine, if you will, I am a manager. My agent just passed this session to me, and I don't want to have any errors around investments. So I'm going to actually pivot into View in Quantum Metric by clicking on View in Quantum Metric. And this is going to take me to that user's session within the Quantum Metric platform. And this allows me to answer the bigger questions of how many other users had the same experience, and what is this actually costing our company? And so I can isolate out that negative experience that we saw in this session. And if I click on see more errors like this takes me to a lookalike model. And this is an aggregate view of other users who encountered that same source of friction. So I can start to answer those big questions and understand the severity of the issue and what the potential cost of the company is and its effect on our business goals. And so what we've seen today is how Quantum Metric can help bridge that gap between the customer frustration and agent, as well as bridge the gap between agent insights and the rest of the organization so that you can resolve your customer issues in a timely manner and in an effective one as well. Thank you.
Wow, you came in under time, but here is what I like about this. So think about this. Agents are unfortunately blind to what's going on out there, and so much of what I talk with my customers about is friction. What is the effort that people have to put in to work with us as a company? And you think about how unfortunate it is that so many of those errors do not get captured and we don't know what happened. And yet you, by being able to see not only what was that exact part in the session, and then you jumped out to the your full app to get more information. This is what really impressed me. When you started doing root cause analysis and how many other people are experiencing this, that is something I have not seen anybody else do, because now you're realizing the impact of this one experience, okay, maybe it is only happening to the one person, but you know what? Like you said, in this case, in the financial services institutions, if you are causing a friction in an investment situation, you're probably hurting yourself for a long ways down the road. And so making sure that you have, number one, a positive experience, but being able to replay that and not have to, when the support rep gets the call, hey, this is not working. And of course you saw that from the Service Cloud case, that little bit that they send in may not actually tell you much, but sure, being able to read all that out, that is fantastic. So I am excited about what you guys do. And that was a great demo. I like it. So it is time to turn it over to Amanda. Amanda, what does our audience want to know from Sonia?
Yeah, our audience wants to know, are the saved sessions stored in Salesforce or Quantum Metric? Because it seems like a lot of data to keep in Salesforce.
Yeah, that's a great question. So they are saved in both. So when you save that session within Salesforce, you can pivot within the Salesforce environment to open up and take a look at and revisit those saved sessions. If you have access to Quantum, you can always view them within Quantum Metric as well. But it's all within you, bundled up nicely within the Salesforce environment.
Well, that's fantastic, because especially going into, hey, how often has this happened? You really want to get that history of being able to know how often this is happening and being able to report out on that. So that is fantastic stuff, and it tells the story way better than a vague case or email or anything coming in from the customer would ever tell. So nice job with that. I appreciate seeing the demo. Joshua, it is over to you for our next demo.
Yes, thanks a lot. Before we jump into our next demo, I just want to remind everyone to put their questions in the chat and stick around for the voting. You'll be able to vote for the winner of today's demo jam in just a moment. Next up, we've got Work Relay. Think as Work Relay as a BPM for Salesforce. The power of Work Relay has been proven. Work Relay has replaced legacy BPM systems at companies like Home Depot and Mars Corp. Any organization that wants to radically improve how they manage their business operations is a good candidate for Work Relay. We do this by eliminating the many obstacles and barriers that slow a company and impact its profitability. With us today, we've got Ted, who's going to show us how to do most of that, because I'm sure there's a lot more, in just 3 minutes or less. Ted, are you out there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, and just need to see your screen, and then we'll be all set.
Can you see my screen?
We can see your screen, sir. Your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Joshua, and hello, everybody. We're going to start off by building an end-to-end process to manage solar panel installations. I'm going to play a few different roles, but first one I'm going to do is, as a business analyst, putting together a process. So we're going to use our process definition wizard here to create a process. I'm going to use the account object as our data source. And then I'm going to go set the start mechanism to when a record is created. So whenever a new account record is created, it's going to kick off this process. I'm going to accept the defaults for the notifications, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. And it's going to open up our process designer. And in this view here, you can see that we have a full designer module where you can set swim lanes and milestone columns for responsibilities and different 3 different step types. What I'm going to do is kind of speed this up, and I'm going to import some steps from an Excel file. And I'm going to just copy paste into here. And this import will build the process diagram over here on the left-hand side with the swim lanes for project manager, technician, and so forth. I'm going to also add one more step here called pay invoice. And this is also going to be to the accounting responsibility, and you can see it added that step right here. Let me go ahead and collapse this, zoom out, and now I'm going to use drag and drop to bring one more step into this process. So you can see over here we have a step called install equipment. This contains a sub-process for the installation equipment process, and I'm going to go ahead and rewire this diagram so that from ship equipment, it's going to go up to install equipment, and then from install equipment back down to the invoice. So now I'm going to go ahead and save and activate this process. And it's going to essentially allow us to run this process anytime a new account is created. You can see here on the right-hand side now that we also have the sub-process that we just added called install equipment, which is going to be run when we get to that stage. So let's go ahead and create a new account. And just call this DJ. And save this. And upon saving, it's going to create the account record, obviously. And it's going to then bring up the Chevron components here. And we can see, if we click here, number of different pieces here. Let's kind of go quickly. This is the Kanban view where all those tasks that are assigned can be viewed. We have forms and other components here. In the operations manager viewport, we have this. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. There's so much to show in
Yeah,
3 minutes. It is really tough to get through that.
Yeah,
But we did see a lot of great things. You know, I actually really like the fact that you have that drag and drop wizard and the copy and paste functionality. There are so many other ways to draft steps, and the fact that your tool is compatible to build those plans from all the different areas is really great. I like the name of the product, and it does just that. It takes a task, it takes a process, it automates it so that everyone does the same thing. In today's world, customer satisfaction, it's usually very dependent on consistency. And tools like this, we have some great solutions. Tools like this make that possible to make sure you have the right quality and the right sort of coordination throughout. I'm going to change things up a little bit, and I have a question for you, and then I'll turn it over to Amanda.
sure.
But I've seen many business process tools in my life, and I've actually tried to automate some of my own tasks that I have. Once a process is already started, and you insert a process into the template, will it automatically cascade that newer task to all of the active plans, or do I need to go like restart the process?
It actually would if you insert those after steps that have already run. So basically, if you have step 1, 2, and 3, and then you add step 4, if you haven't gotten to step 4 yet, when that process gets to step 4, it'll run that new step or sub process that you install.
It's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Amanda?
That was a great question. I think we should just go with that, Joshua.
All right, let's do that. This is a burning question. I had to ask it because I've reviewed so many tools, and with reviewing those tools, I'm just like, oh, like sometimes you don't have the full process worked out, and as soon as you get it in production and people start using it, you're like, oh, I should go add that task. And you want it to be able to make sure that the other processes that haven't gotten to it get that task as well. So that's my trick question when I'm looking at tools. Thank you for entertaining it.
My pleasure.
Okay. I think it's voting time. What do you guys think?
It is. We should launch this thing. Everybody out there, it is your turn to vote. Now, of course, if you work for any of these companies, you are not eligible for voting on this, but we've got a big audience out there. We're looking forward to seeing who you think did the best demo today. But you know what? I think there's something we should be talking about here. And Joshua, does the number 10 million ring a bell to you? Have you heard something about 10 million of anything going on recently?
No, you know what? I don't think I have. You know,
oh no, wait a second. Let's ask Amanda. Amanda, have you noticed 10 million of anything lately?
Yes.
What is it?
10 million installs of AppExchange app.
Woo! That is a huge milestone. 10 million of anything is a huge thing, but 10 million apps installed from the AppExchange, that is crazy.
Crazy milestone.
If you all look under your seats right now, there are 10 million churros.
I wish that. You are tormenting me now. But okay, I did say this. Okay, I did say that there's going to be a brief story here. So last week I was in this place. I was in Animal Kingdom down in Florida, not too far from you, Joshua. But
wow.
It was an amazing time because my daughter and I were there, and we were at the flame tree, just like Dan was talking about. And we walked down there, and there was nobody there. And we had the whole place to ourselves, looking out over Mount Everest here. It was fantastic. I had numerous churros while I was there, so it was very much making me happy, though they still don't quite compare to the churros in California, but nonetheless, okay, I'm back to this 10 million installs. This is huge, and I don't even know how many of those installs I was responsible for. Certainly not even near a million of them, but nonetheless, that's huge. I mean, the AppExchange has been around for a long time, but well, not even a long time. I mean, hey, this whole ecosystem has grown so much, but wow, to see 10 million installs and these partners who are on here today, they are responsible for making so much of the innovation that has made the popularity of the AppExchange. So thank you to not only all of our panelists. Amanda, you've been around for a long time in the AppExchange. Tell us a few of the, I mean, this has got to be one of your biggest milestones you are so proud of, but tell us a little bit about anything else that's gone on in the AppExchange over that time that has really been, moving for you. Obviously, this number is.
Yeah, and we launched a timeline to kind of show over the years what happened on appexchange.com. You could check it out at AppExchange, click on the homepage banner and see it. And there's some customer stories and some videos in there as well. And some of the things in the timeline that stood out, the AppExchange has been around for about 15 years. We hit 5 million installs 5 years ago. About 6.5 years ago, we started the Demo Jam with these two guys right here. So over the years, we launched Appy in, I believe, 2017. And so over the years, things have just really gotten exciting. And so to hit this milestone is a huge testament to the community. We couldn't have done it without all of the customers and partners. So thank everybody for reaching this milestone.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, Joshua, hey, I think you and I were there in the audience at the introduction of the AppExchange. I know I was there. Joshua, were you there with me?
Yes, I was. And I was just thinking about, talk about a vision. I'm not for sure, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure the AppExchange beat the App Store, the iPhone store to market. And I think that was like the vision. And look at where we are today. Partners and developers can self-serve. They have an idea, they can launch it to other people. I personally am a part of the partner ecosystem and creating apps and things like that. And just being able to take your own idea and partner on the most powerful CRM platform in the whole entire world is just mind-boggling for distribution and for a lot of different reasons. And so it's just a wealth. And for the end users and for the admins that frequent the AppExchange, and those who don't should. It's just a great way to solve problems. I always talk about finding the missing puzzle piece to your solution that's declarative. And I also always talk about from a developer perspective, anytime that you write a line of custom code for a company or inside the org, it's a liability. You have to maintain it, it could break, so many things happen with it. But all these partners follow all these guidelines, to security guidelines, coding guidelines, and all of those things to get their apps published where you don't have to worry about that. And so it really supports that buy versus build, conversation that we've all had. If I can buy it and I get, features across the whole entire timeline, it's so much more easier to just, pay for it and get the features without having to do it myself. So therefore, I have like a couple of products and they keep on updating and getting better throughout my whole entire subscription. And I could, just work on custom developing things that don't exist and submit ideas so that they can exist. So all of that is just really great and makes my heart melt to understand that there's just so many people out there using the AppExchange. So congratulations to everybody. It's a huge ecosystem and community.
Well, and I also look at it as really the global impact that AppExchange has had because of not only the innovation that's come out of it as far as applications, the building of companies, the selling of companies, the acquisition of companies, all of that that's happened, the ability that they've had to impact the lives and businesses of so many other users of Salesforce out there, that is exciting to be a part of. And Amanda, Joshua and I totally appreciate you involving us all along the way. But I think we are ready to reveal the winner. So Amanda, do you want to take the honors?
I would love to.
Not before I hand Amanda like a virtual tissue box to wipe away the tears.
Thank you. I really needed that.
All right, back to the winner.
Okay, all right. I'll throw it, and I throw it to you, and then you catch it. That whole thing. Okay, there we go. All right. Did it work? Okay. All right, great. All right, Connecticut to Orlando. Here we go. The winner is Quantum Metric.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Sonia, would you like to do a little acceptance speech?
Thanks. That's great. Yeah, that was fun. Really enjoyed it. It was nice seeing everyone's demos as well and being introduced to some new technologies. So really fun. Thanks so much for the votes. And yeah, this was great. Look forward to the next one. Thanks, everyone.
Well, you've got a trophy on the way. You did a great demo today. And I tell you what, all of these apps are useful. So we want to make sure that you take advantage of what you saw today. Go check them out on the App Exchange. You can always rewatch the replay of this out on YouTube because Amanda puts that out there for everybody to see. Amanda, why don't you close us out today?
Yes, thank you all for joining us today. Now that you're registered, you can join us every third Thursday. So the next one is February 17. We'll be talking about financial services apps. And check out appdemojam.com to install and look at all of the apps that you saw today. Thank you all. See you soon.